Hey tubers and tubettes, Todd back with Center Valley Customs. We're back on the 4-link for the C10. I ordered or got 3/4 of the parts. I just need the coilovers yet. I haven't ordered those, but I'll be honest, I really didn't know what I was ordering when I did this. Holy Jesus. We just got like 8 to 12 inches of snow, so the snowmobile trails opened up and somebody went by just getting it. Trying to get a little more HPs out of that thing. Holy jeez. Anyway, sorry, butterfly. I ordered all the parts. Honestly, I didn't really know what I was buying when I ordered it. I found like a kit online on one website that I was going to order. When I went to order it, it was out of stock. So then I ended up on another website, which is Barnes 4-wheel drive, and they had a YouTube video on how to install it, and pretty informational, pretty good. Check it out actually. And I ended up with this. Now, this kit is for like big off-road vehicles. So these are 1 1/4" Heims, which would be perfect for, say, a dump truck. It's way overkill, but it is what it is. Came with all the brackets. I actually thought about sending this stuff back to get smaller stuff, but I got it now, so whatever. So came with all the Heims, came with all the brackets. I had to order the tubing. This kit calls for 2-inch quarter wall DOM and 1 3/4, 1/8" DOM. I'm actually just going to use all 1 3/4 DOM, 1/8" wall, because my bars are going to be pretty short and it's just going to look not proportional if I use all the big tubing. Plus, I'm not pushing 1500 horsepower yet. So that's what we're going to use. I actually got the bigger stuff because I'm going to take this cross brace out and we'll throw that 2-inch DOM in here because all the weight is really going to be on those coilovers, and that should be pretty strong. It also came with these brackets. Like I said, it came with all the brackets, but ideally you would create a halo and then weld these on the top of the halo. If I would do that when I'm at ride height, those brackets would be above the frame rail, which then I would have to create like a wheel well section or something in my box or in the bed, and I don't want to do that. So, or bring the whole bed up, but that just snowballs into way more work. So what I'm gonna do, right or wrong, I'm going to cut these tabs off, this tab and this tab, and then my plan is to put these right there and right there. I may have to move this vent somewhere else, but figure that out when I get to that. But what we're going to start with today is boxing this frame in. So I have to box the frame in before I can figure out where to weld my brackets on the inside to figure out my angles and my tubing lengths and all that good stuff. So that's what we're going to start with. I got myself a template, got myself a Sharpie. So what I'm going to do to start is stick this in here, boom, like so, and then trace it and cut it out. Ideally, which I will, once I get my template created, I'm going to get it so that it actually fits inside here so that I'm welding edge to edge and not like on the side of it, which I'll show you that when we get that far. But for now, I got some 3/16 steel that's been laying in my buddy's driveway for the last 4 years, so that should be perfect. We'll take that, get her thrown on some sawhorses, and then we'll grab the plasma and start cutting out. So that should go, honestly, pretty quick, I hope. So I'll throw up my tripod. Well, actually, I kind of can't because I broke my tripod this morning. So, and my tractor won't start. So that's kind of how the day is starting. Brand new tractor, won't start. No idea what's wrong with it. Actually, brand new tractor, screwed up the 3-point, and it's been sitting in the shop for 2 months. Finally got it back, used it one time, now it won't start. So that is my luck. So that's how my day is going. So we'll get like I said, we'll get that sheet on the sawhorse, make a template, cut it out, weld it in, done deal. All right, so I got this all cut out and I did a lot of grinding on it, but I'm gonna shift gears a little bit. I'm actually gonna do this in sections instead of trying to put one big piece in there. And the reason that is because the edge, this edge is not straight. Also, it comes up and then it angles out. So just for ease, I'm just gonna cut it in sections and just put sections in one at a time. Okay, I got one little section welded in here already. Top went okay, the bottom didn't weld good at all. I got this other plate just tacked in a whole bunch of spots. So now I'll go through, burn all that in, clean it up with the grinder, and it'll be good. Hey guys, it's actually the next day. I didn't do as much recording yesterday as I wanted to because we had a whole bunch of people over to watch football, and I just wanted to get this done. So I got this other side welded in. Like I said, I decided I was going to cut it in two pieces and weld it in two pieces because this makes a bend and goes out. I probably could have done it, stuck it all in if I would have tacked up the corners and then used a C-clamp to pull it in. But if I wouldn't have had it welded in square, this would have never lined up here. Vice versa, if I would have started here, probably would have never lined up there. So I decided to just hack it where it kind of bends out, put that piece in, and then fill that in after. So now that should allow me to weld these in, brackets in right about here. So that's good. Today it's already like 6:30, almost 7 o'clock at night by the time I get home from work and everything else. So today my goal is to just at least get this plasma cut out because my wife needs to park in this garage and this is in the way. It's like, I think the high this week is like -5. So she wants her vehicle in the garage so it's warm enough in the morning. And actually in here right now it's 50, which sounds warm, but actually standing over in this area, those doors are not insulated. So over there it's cold. So I want to try to just at least get this cut out and ready to get welded in. But I don't think I'm going to be welding in tonight because I can't be out here grinding and cutting and stuff while my wife is trying to sleep. So I'm going to get the plasma set up. I already put a new tip on. Hopefully that'll help a little bit and get to cutting. Hey guys, it's a few days later. Actually, it's been almost a week since I've been out here working on this. Between work and the last couple days, my stomach has been on a roller coaster. I tried to get out here yesterday, but honestly, yesterday all I did was lay on the couch, sleep, and dry heave. So, trying to get stuff done. I got this all ground out, and I pulled the axle out finally. My plan is to try to get these brake lines off of here and then maybe start cutting those tabs off and cutting these perches out. But like I said, I'm working hard to try to get motivated and it's not working. I've been out here for like 3 hours now and that's all I've done. So I don't know. It's supposed to get warm this week, so I'm hoping after work, a few days, I can actually really like go to town on this, but I'm not with it today, so whatever. We'll see what I get done. I don't honestly even know if I'm going to record anymore today. Like I said, it's every time I start to do something, I stare at it for a half hour, 45 minutes before I actually do it. So also maybe I'll try to pull these out of here. Everything I have to do requires cutting or grinding, and that's like the last thing I want to do right now. So we'll see how far I get, see if I even record any more today. Like I said, I don't know if I can get myself set up for a decent day, or like get myself set up so I can just come out and just hammer down. That's kind of what I'm looking toward doing, because I don't want to be out here. Just sad. So we'll see where we get. Well, lo and behold, somehow I found some ambition. I got these perches cut off of here and all ground down. Whoever welded those in did a damn good job, because that was a nightmare getting all that weld out. I also cut off these tabs here so that hopefully our bracket will fit in here like so. Something like that. I may have to cut this corner out so that it sits in here a little better. Also, this tube for the vent is probably going to be in the way, so I'm probably going to have to cut that off, weld it up, and then move it somewhere else where it's not in the way. Yeah, I also cleaned this up a little bit just to make it look a little nicer, but I am beat, and I'm sick of running that thing, so I think I'm going to call it a night and relax a little bit. Probably get this thrown back in tomorrow and start measuring stuff up and see where we can put our brackets. That'd be nice. Hey guys, back. Feeling a lot better. It's actually a few days later. I actually worked on this a couple days this week, but I didn't record any of it because I didn't know what I was doing if it was even going to work, because I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So after I cut all this stuff off of here, I stuck this bracket on, and it's not fitting like I want it to. Even if I was to weld this on, I'm only going to get a couple tacks out of this. So that led me to making this. So what that will allow me to do is weld these on like that. I actually did this out of like 1/8 inch at first, and then I didn't really feel comfortable with 1/8 inch, even though honestly it'll probably be fine. But I ended up getting some 1/4 inch stuff and did it again to fit on there. So my goal is today is to hopefully easily mirror that piece to put there. I don't know if they're exactly identical, but that's what we're going to find out. Also yesterday I removed and welded in that vent. So I think what I'm going to do is drill and tap a hole in here, right about here, for that vent, and then I can run the brake line and the vent kind of together, and hopefully that'll look sort of clean. So that's my plan today. I don't know if I'm going to record this because it's just going to be a lot of me dicking around and recording it. I'll run through like 6 batteries. So I'm going to work on that right now. My goal today is to get those made. Maybe just tack them on. I'm not sure if I even want to weld them on quite yet. And then slide that back in the truck. I gotta level this frame, or lower the truck down so the frame is level, so I can get like an ideal ride height. And then maybe hopefully start welding all these brackets on. Actually, some of these brackets need to be welded together. So that's where I'm gonna start today and get her knocked out. Hey guys, it's a new day. Again, every clip is going to be a new day because I get one thing done and I struggle and get frustrated and irritated before I even get that done, so I don't record it, and then whatever, I go inside. Anyway, so I got this back in here. It's centered exactly where I want it, and centered with the axle thing right where it was. And I got that measurement off of the axle that was already in here. I got these cut in and welded in, so that's good. Now we're going to try to figure out where to put these brackets on the inside of the frame here. In order to determine that, we got things everywhere. We need to figure out where these go on here. So on the YouTube video off of Barnes 4-wheel drive, they say you do not want less than 40 degrees here, meaning each one of these needs to be at 20 degrees. So based on that, that's really, it's better to have more angle. You don't want to have less than 40 degrees according to them. Obviously with geometry or whatever they call it, a bigger angle, like a 90-degree angle, will give you more, it'll be more rigid. But with my frame being narrow, I can't go, I guess I could go more than 40 degrees, but then my bars are going to be super short. And honestly, I feel like my bars are already going to be pretty short, and hopefully it doesn't look stupid, which is what I'm really worried about. And it's, for me, it's aesthetics over function. So what I'm going to attempt to do is, I got this fancy dancy digital protractor thing that I lost. It probably fell and broke already. And I'm going to set these at 20 degrees somewheres in here. I don't know where that's going to be yet. Once I get that set, I can determine, once I get those figured out and those kind of mocked up on there, that will determine the length of my bar. Those brackets are 20-degree brackets. So when these are on the side of the frame, this is also 20 degrees. So it kind of works out in my favor, I think. Once I get these bars in here, then I can figure out where I want to put these. And those will be for the bar that goes to the axle here. Just a couple tips, I guess. And like I said, if you go on Barnes 4-wheel drive, there's a guy that has a YouTube video that's going to be way better than mine. But essentially, these top bars here should be as level as possible. Luckily, they put 3 holes in this, so you can kind of pick your hole. But once that is fairly level and I have those bars welded in, I can put this one in onto here, this bracket onto here, and put the bar going out here. You want your bracket out as far as possible for the axle tube. 25% of your, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You want it out as far as possible without hitting your wheels, whatever wheels you have. Seeing as I have the big old Twankies, I honestly could probably put those brackets like all the way inside the wheel and still clear the tire. But just to be safe, I measured the back spacing, or the distance from the face of the rim to the outside of the tire so that when I do put my brackets on, they will be outside the tire. So that'll be that. Also, this tube that you put on here, the distance from the hole that goes on this bracket to the hole on that bracket, height-wise, should be 25% of your wheel diameter. So the brackets that I have, they'll you can adjust them around the tube to get that distance. And this tube that goes from here to here, you don't want that more than a 10-degree angle, which mine will probably end up being pretty level anyway. So, all right. So with that being all said, and you'll probably hear it again, I'm gonna first spend 2 hours looking for my digital protractor, and then I'm going to put these brackets on in a decent place and get them tacked in, and then I'll be able to figure out my bar length, and I'll start cutting tubes and welding the other brackets on. So hopefully we get a lot done today, but I feel like I'm going to get roped into doing something other than working in here today. So, oh, look at that. Found my protractor already. Good. All right, that's where we're going to go. Hey, we're back. I'm back. Actually, we're back. My buddy Taylor and his dad Troy. He's single, ladies. Couldn't hold the first one together. Anyway, that's his dad. It's funny. Anyway, we got this all put in. Got these tacked on, welded on, or just tacked on, I should say. Right now we're about to. Oh yeah, I got these put on too. So, like I said, this hole, the distance from this hole to this hole, should be 25% of your wheel diameter. Yeah, this isn't. This is about 6 inches, 6.5 inches. Should be about 7.5, but that's all we can get, so it is what it is. Now we are going to put on, oh, and I welded all these brackets up, but we are going to work on putting these in here, somehow like that. So we're going to grind all that smooth, and then figure out how to tack them on, weld them on, that kind of thing. That's where we're at this point. HollowHoundClothing.com. Yeah, I know, it's only the 3rd video, but I'm still trying to sell shit here. This guy started it, so go on HollowHound.com, buy something. If you don't, unsubscribe. Just kidding, don't do that.
Don't do that. Definitely subscribe.
Don't do that yet.
Subscribe twice if you can.
Comment 6 times. Leave the videos run as you're sleeping. Put them on repeat. I don't care what you got to do. But that's the plan. Set up a time lapse. It's going to be 3 dudes running around in circles, more or less. But that's where it's going. So, okay, here we go.
Woo!
Ah, nice. Okay. Make sure we check this quick and make sure this is lined up half-ass. Okay.
I'm surprised he didn't drive him nuts, you know. Eating chips, sucking teeth.
That's enough.
Knew it was coming.
Okay. So you wanna?
This one we gotta. This one
we'll
we.
tack the back and we'll pull out the front.
All right, we'll get your level so we can level it.
Yeah, I already got the level, the line level. Oh, you're talking for the bottom.
For the bottom.
Yeah, so don't worry about that piece for now. Just as long as this, you want to hold the level on the bottom, and I'll hold this piece. Just so this front edge, yeah. Does it need to go up at all, or is that
No,
good?
you're good.
You sure?
Yeah.
There.
Yep.
stay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
Level on top.
try this on here. This. Oh, that's. Should I throw another tack on the back? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me throw a tack on there again. This one.
Go lower.
Or bend it and then. Unless you wanna.
Here.
If you hold it right there. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, perfection. Yeah, okay.
That was warm.
Alright. Okay. So that's that.
Yeah, that's not too big of a gap. So what done happened is it's not perfectly square. I don't know if somebody backed into something, or if it came from the factory, or from boxing the frame in. So just had to treat it a little bit that way.
Get our
a little
angles
bit.
perfected.
Yeah, just to get the angle, and then lines right up. Heavy tacks, double check angles, welder solid.
We'll weld this solid. Okay, so what do we say? Just out of shits and giggles, this was about.
20 and 1/8, 20 and 3/16.
So from back to 20 and 1/8. So what's the measurement we need? So for 20.125. Divided by 0.80, 25 and 25.15 is what we should have for the bottom to the bottom hole. So if you want to give me one of those things down there. This doesn't have to be perfect, but it can't be more than 25 inches to the hole, to the bottom hole. So you're at 24 right now, so if you go back 1 inch, keep going. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do this actually. Right there would be ideal. How does that look though from the side? Like
That looks all right.
low? Doesn't look too low, like it's hanging way down?
It is hanging a little bit lower than the bottom edge.
But I mean, it's not
But it's
super
not-
stupid
no,
low. Like
it's
this
not.
bottom edge is pretty
Yeah,
low.
you're all right. You are very, very reasonable.
Okay, you wanna make a mark like on the bottom somewhere, and we'll try to find somewhere to measure from. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Or actually, there's a 90 right there. Well, that ain't gonna work.
That's at an angle.
But we need to measure. I don't know if you can go off of this bracket somehow.
Go to the body mount right there.
Body mount. Yeah, this one. All right, we got these welded in. More or less, we just kind of picked the spot from here to there, and then made the other side the same. So that's that. Gonna weld this in solid, and then we can start measuring up and cutting bars. Put in there, links I should say, whatever. But get those cut up, welded up, put in, and it should be one step closer. It's almost better when you can't see what you're doing. Oh, not my soda.
Going on your carpet? At least wasn't on the carpet.
Almost was on my carpet.
I got a parachute. Walk out over the garbage can.
Yeah, good enough. Close enough. Just add that little bit. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Alright. Wow, that looks crooked as f***. Is it?
Just rerun this edge.
Or is it just the way I'm sitting? Does it look crooked though? A little bit. I don't know. Alright. Yeah, it looks crooked. It's crooked. Okay. Bevel. Let's take the bevel out of them. And I don't know. Do we try them, test fit them, or do we just weld them and call it good enough? Kind of onto the weld it and call it good enough stage.
How now? The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Hey, hi, nice to see you.
All right, we're back. We got the bottom bars in, kind of tacked. They're not fully welded yet, but they're tacked in. Yeah, so we measured from the front of this hole to the front. Whoops, let me put that away. To the front of this hole, and then subtracted whatever the heim length was. Left myself about a ½ an inch of adjustment just in case the mathematics don't work, or this axle needs to come ahead, or pinion angle needs to go tilted, or whatever needs to be. Now we're gonna measure and make up the top bars, and then we will cycle it and make sure it works like it should. And if it does, great. If it doesn't,
Adjustment time.
nothing's gonna change.
not big adjustments. We ain't starting over.
No.
That goddamn
Nothing's
much.
gonna change. But it actually looks a lot better than I expected. I honestly thought that these bars being shorter were gonna look pretty stupid. One thing also that will look stupid though is that these heims are for 2-inch tube, and we're only gonna use 1 3/4. Whereas these heims are for 1 3/4 tube, because the kit calls for 1 3/4 and 2-inch tube, but we're going with all 1 3/4 because we're not running off-road 4x4 Jeep. Not Jeep, sorry, Toyota. Jeeps are anyway.
Nice rubber duck.
Cool ducks, dudes. Anyway.
Some guy hands me a duck. It's over. Like,
If you have a Toyota Hilux, an old one, let me know, because I'm looking for one. Or any kind of Toyota, I guess. I'm a Toyota guy. But anyway,
T100, rusted out frame, caved in door. Yeah, they all run.
let me know. T100, I'll take it all day long. So we're going to cut these bars, put them in, weld them up, cycle the suspension up and down. Hopefully it works like it should. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, great. So that's what we're doing next. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. I said GoPro, stop recording. Stop! Just listen to me. It's like my wife. All right, we got the top tubes made, tacked. They're in. everything's in. Looks a lot better than I honestly expected. I thought it was going to look kind of stupid, but it actually looks really good, to be honest. So we've already kind of cycled it. I guess you can let her down. So let it down. Today, Junior. Oh yeah. I should go to the other side. Yeah. And if you shake it, it don't move. Solid.
Yeah, most of that play is in your disc.
Yeah. It's not bolted tight yet, but I like it. It's good. Pinion angle changes like 3 degrees when it's all the way down, which
2
degrees?
Only 2.
2 degrees and it's all the way down, but it'll never be all the way down. It's only gonna be all the way up, I hope, anyways, if we got room. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. Hey guys, how's it going? I know I said I was gonna stop the video yesterday. If you even see that part, if I don't edit it out, I'm not sure. I haven't seen the footage yet. But I got another little clip for you just because I did actually do a little bit more work today. So I pulled this axle back out of there. We already had it in there. We cycled it. Everything looks great. Everything works great. But I pulled this out because I welded these all up nice, solid, and I capped this end. I thought about putting like a halo above this to come from the top of these here to here and then maybe come down. And maybe I'll do that later on, but at this point, I think what I got is plenty good. It's probably honestly stronger than it was from factory. But I kind of just wanted to recap a little bit, I guess, on what I all did and how all these measurements and where I all got this from. If you, like I said, if you go to barnes4wheeldrive.com and look up their 4-link kit, they have a video, and the guy that did it did a fantastic job on like explaining angles that you want, what you don't need, what the length of your bar should be, the distance between your top mount and your bottom mount, all that stuff. He did a really good job. That's what I followed. I tried downloading, I did download an Excel spreadsheet on, I think it's like Busted Knuckle Garage. They have like a 4-link calculator and it tells you all your anti-squat and there's some braking thing and whatever. And honestly, when I started doing it, I kind of just got flustered. So, for the most part, I followed that video from Barnes 4-Wheel Drive, and it was great. That's kind of, like I said, all my measurements and everything came from that. So you are restricted by your frame width and all of that good stuff. So you're not going to be able to do everything perfect. If you can, great, awesome. But I couldn't. I definitely could not. Just like the distance from this hole to this hole, height-wise from here to here, should be 25% of your wheel diameter. So technically mine should be like 7 1/4, but because I can only get 6 1/2 between these brackets, I would have had to either move this up or move this down somehow, which I wasn't gonna mess around with trying to figure that out. I already had this plate on. I wasn't going to try to add another inch to get this up higher. And I don't want to do that anyway because I'll be over the top of my frame. But it is what it is. I did the best I could with what I got, and that's all I can do. So what I'm going to do now is just spray some paint on these. I actually already got my bars painted, but I'm just going to spray some paint around these where I welded all the brackets on. That way later on I can go through and paint all of this without getting too close to my heim joints, because I would like to leave those chrome. So that's what I'm going to do today. Well, for the rest of the day, I should say. I'm just going to rattle can it, go inside, do some video editing, hopefully get this video posted tonight. I doubt that'll happen, but maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm not sure. I have some figuring out to do yet with my coilovers, because I don't have a lot of space between the axle and this cross member that I was going to use. Well, I'm going to knock this out and knock this out and just put it, my plan was to just put a piece of round bar through here and go to that. But I don't think I'm going to have the room between my upper links and the coilover to come up. So I might have to go off the back, but I don't know. That's an issue, like I said, for another day. Once I get them here, I think the ones that I've been looking at are like 12 inches long. So once I get them here, I'll figure all that out. Unless I can find some that are shorter. I need to contact like QA1 or somebody to figure out what spring rate I should have or need. And once I figure that out, I can order them and get them here. If anybody has any questions on what I did or how to do something or whatever, let me know. I'll do my best to answer it. You know, comment down below, whatever. I'll do my best to reply back with what knowledge I have, which probably isn't going to be a lot, to be honest with you. I did this willy-nilly, never done this before. I did a little bit of research, but not much. If you got a project like this that you want to do, just do it. Just go after it. You're not going to know something, or you're not going to learn without just doing it. At least in my experience anyways. 90% of the shit I do, I have no idea what I'm doing, what I'm getting into, anything. Just go for it, just start. It's not going to go anywhere if you don't just do it. And that's where I'm at with this truck. This truck has sat for the last 2 years, I bet. Just sitting because I'm lazy and I had other projects and whatever. And it's sad because this is kind of a sentimental vehicle to me. Sorry, because I got this from my dad. So I want this to be like good, roadworthy, taken on trips, not worry about anything kind of a truck. So I'm happy that this is where it's at, even though it might not be great. My welding skills are not great, okay? Not good. But with a grinder, they don't look bad. So, like I said, if you got a project, just get into it. And if you got some buddies where you can have a night, like I did last night with my buddies, having a couple adult beverages and just knocking this out, it's awesome. I appreciate their help tremendously. But it makes it a lot funner, makes it a lot smoother. So get out, do what you got to do, whatever. Just don't bite off something too big where you get halfway into it and now your vehicle sits and whatever. You get irritated with it and it never gets done. Don't go that far. Just pick one project and get it done. But that's where we're at with this. Like I said, if you see that part, I think my next project or next week, I think I'm going to try to get that hood off and see if I can fix that shenanigans, that mistake that I had. So I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Go to hollowhound.com clothing, hollowhoundclothing.com, sorry. Buy some merch. I'll probably end up getting my own merch at some point if people start watching and people would actually buy the stuff. But that's what it is. I appreciate you watching. Do all the garbage like I already said. And I'll catch you on the next one.